Hey guys, IceWire here, and today we're going to be talking about the latest patch for Mass Effect Andromeda, patch 108. Recently, BioWare has been pretty quiet in regards to news about their promised upcoming patches for Andromeda, but just a couple of days ago they released the patch notes for patch 108. Now there are quite a few things that are being implemented in this patch, but I'll be focusing on the major additions to the game. Of course, the link to the patch notes will be included down in the description below for you guys that want to have a read of it yourself, but without further ado, let's get right into it. First and foremost are the improvements that will be coming to the character creator. We'll be getting more options as BioWare will be patching in more to the game. In their latest patch notes they had this to say about the improvements to the CC. We've expanded the options available in the character creator, giving you greater control over your rider's appearance. 2 new heads were added, 1 male and 1 female, as well as new complexion options and a greater range of available skin tones. We've also unlocked all hairstyles for both sexes and added a new bald option. For players wanting to adjust their look mid-game, we've added the ability to change your character's appearance on board the Tempest, and for fans of Alec Ryder's iconic appearance, you can now choose to keep the default Alec rather than having his appearance be based on your custom rider. So the changes are reasonably large. One thing in particular I noted in the patch notes is the new added complexion option and the new skin tones. In a couple of my past Mass Effect Andromeda videos, I've had comments from you guys saying that you're pretty disappointed that you couldn't really create your own Andromeda version of yourself because there were no options for pale skin. And I also had the same issue in full honesty. Now, I am a very pale chick. I don't get much sunlight, and in character creators and any game I play, I always can't resist, and I have to make myself in the game. I did it in Skyrim, I did it again throughout the Dragon Age franchise, and again in Fallout 4, which I do really love that game. I can't help it, guilty pleasure. And once again, I did it in the Mass Effect trilogy. With Andromeda, however, I struggled to make a character that looked how I wanted her to look. The closest preset that looked like me features-wise is preset 9, but even when I cranked the skin tone up to the palest option, it wasn't quite right. So I can completely sympathise with those who commented expressing their annoyances regarding the character creation. So hopefully these new options will be good and will not let us down. How do you guys feel about the character creation improvements? Let me know down in the comments below. Now on to the final part of the video. BioWare has added Jaal as a romanceable option for Scott Ryder. Now originally he was meant to be bisexual from the get-go, but then BioWare just made him straight. Now with this upcoming patch, they've written his bisexuality back into the game. Here's the patch notes about all of this. Scott Ryder can now pursue Jaal as a romance option. There are several important reasons for this change. Scott Ryder did not have a same-sex squad mate available as a romance option, nor could the achievement for completing 3 romances be achieved with only male same-sex partners. And as the Angara have expressed their fluidity in how they perceive gender, it seemed only natural that Scott could have a relationship with Jaal. However, we understand that a character's orientation is an important part of what makes them feel real. The relationships with your crew are some of the most loved and cherished parts of our games, so we wanted to make sure we got it right. We've consulted with members of the LGBTQ community, both externally and within our own studios. After carefully considering all feedback, we've decided this was an important change to make, and one that made sense for Jaal, Scott, and the Angara. Our writing, editing, and animation teams worked together to ensure this change made sense for Jaal's character, and the relationship is a relationship we hope feels as fulfilling and memorable for Scott as it does for Sara. Now this is obviously great news for players wanting to romance Jaal as Scott Ryder. As stated in the patch notes, I've always felt the Angara wouldn't really care about gender in regards to romance, as they're very fluid and open with their emotions. One thing I do hope is that they'll make Jaal's love scene, good. I've taken a look at some comments throughout Reddit, specifically in game threads for LGBTQ players, and a lot of people agree that they are hoping his cutscene isn't a fade to black scene. And what of Reyes and Gil? Will they add the supposed fixes to their romances like they've promised? Don't get me wrong, I am very glad that they made Jaal bi. I feel like he should have been bi from the get-go. But BioWare did say that they were going to implement changes to the gay romances, and lately they've been very quiet about whether or not Reyes or Gil will have any changes in their romance. And I genuinely hope that they do implement the changes that people want to those romances, because they're kinda not great. They're not great. And now I turn the focus to you guys. What do you think of the new changes that are coming to the game? As always, let me know your thoughts down below. I really strive to make the comment section on my discussion videos a place where people can place their opinions in a safe, non-toxic environment. So please be respectful down below, ladies, gents, and non-binary folk. If you like this, be sure to leave a like and or subscribe if you are new. Consider supporting my Patreon as it will fuel the growth of my content's quality and the variety of said content. And as always, it is Icewire signing off, and I'll see you introverts all later next time on the channel. Have a lovely day / night wherever you are in the world. Bye!